Stop. Before you skip this video, I want you to do something for me right now. Think about this morning. You woke up, walked to the bathroom, picked up your toothbrush, put some toothpaste on it, and brushed your teeth. You probably did it in less than 2 minutes, maybe less than one, and I bet you felt fine about it. Clean, done, ready for the day. But here's what I need to tell you, and I say this not to scare you. But because I genuinely care about your health, there is a very good chance that what you did this morning did more harm than good. Not zero harm, not neutral, actual, real damage. Damage that builds up slowly, quietly, every single day until one day you are sitting in a dental chair and you hear words you never expected: bone loss, gum recession, enamel erosion, root exposure, and the look on your face at that moment, I have seen it hundreds of times. It is always the same: shock because nobody told you, nobody sat you down and explained that the way you brush your teeth matters just as much as whether you brush at all. That is exactly what I am going to do today. I am going to walk you through everything, the mistakes, the reasons behind them, the real science, and most importantly, what you need to start doing differently starting tonight. So please stay with me until the end, because the last part of this video is the most important and most people never hear it. Let us start with the most common thing I see in my patients, and it surprises everyone when I tell them. The number one mistake people make when brushing their teeth is brushing too hard. I know you are thinking, how can brushing hard be a problem? More pressure means cleaner teeth, right? That is the logic most people use. It makes sense, but it is completely wrong, and here is why. Your teeth are covered by a layer called enamel. Enamel is the hardest substance in the human body, harder than bone, but, and this is critical, once it is gone, it does not come back, ever. Your body cannot regenerate enamel, and when you brush with too much force, especially with a medium or hard bristled toothbrush, you are slowly, methodically grinding that enamel away, day after day, morning after morning. It does not hurt. You do not feel it happening, but under a microscope, the damage is clear, and it gets worse. Just below the enamel, below the gum line, is a softer tissue called decementum, and just inside that is dentin. When aggressive brushing causes your gums to pull back a condition called gum recession, these softer, more sensitive layers become exposed. That is when you start feeling that sharp pain when you drink something cold. That is when hot food suddenly hurts. That sensitivity you have been ignoring or blaming on something else. In most cases, it comes directly from the way you brush. So what is the right amount of pressure? Here is how I explain it to my patients. If you are pressing hard enough to bend the bristles of your toothbrush sideways, you are pressing too hard. The bristles should stay mostly upright and move gently along the surface of the tooth. That is all that is needed. Plaque, the soft, sticky film that builds up on your teeth, is not attached with glue. It does not require force to remove. It requires the right technique, which brings me to the second major mistake: the scrubbing motion. Most people brush in a back and forth horizontal motion like they are scrubbing a floor. This feels thorough. It feels aggressive and efficient. But in reality, this horizontal sawing motion is one of the most damaging things you can do. Oh, to your teeth and gums. Over time, it creates notches at the base of the teeth, right at the gum line. These are called abrasion lesions, and once they form, they do not reverse on their own. They are permanent grooves worn into your teeth from years of incorrect brushing. The correct motion, and please remember this, is a small circular or elliptical motion, or if you prefer, a gentle angled stroke. You angle the brush at about 45 degrees to the gum line so that the bristles gently reach just underneath the edge of the gum. Then you use small, gentle, circular strokes. You do this tooth by tooth, not a fast sweep across your whole mouth. Tooth by tooth. It takes more time, yes, but it is the difference between cleaning your teeth and slowly destroying them. Now, let us talk about time, because this is where most people fall even shorter than they realize. Studies consistently show that the average person brushes for about 45 seconds. Not 2 minutes, 45 seconds. That is not nearly enough. The recommended time is 2 full minutes twice a day, morning and night. And when I say 2 minutes, I mean 2 real minutes. Not 2 minutes where you are also checking your phone or thinking about your schedule. 2 focused minutes. Here is a simple way to think about it. You have 4 sections in your mouth: upper left, upper right, lower left, lower right. Give each section 30 seconds. That is it. If you can do that consistently, twice a day, you will be doing better than the vast majority of adults walking into dental offices right now. And speaking of twice a day, nighttime brushing is actually more important than morning brushing. I know that feels counterintuitive. We worry about morning breath. We think about starting the day clean. But here's the truth. During the day, you are talking, eating, drinking, swallowing. Saliva is flowing constantly. Saliva is your mouth's natural defense system. It washes away bacteria, neutralizes acids, and helps remineralize enamel. But at night, saliva production drops dramatically. Your mouth becomes a much more vulnerable environment. And if you go to sleep with a mouth full of food particles and bacterial plaque, those bacteria spend 6, 7, 8 hours sitting on your teeth with very little to stop them, producing acid, slowly eating through enamel. That is how cavities form. That is how gum disease progresses. Sections. One skipped nighttime brush can undo days of good habits. Let us also address something that almost nobody thinks about: when to brush after eating. The common assumption is that you should brush immediately after a meal. Right away, get the food off your teeth. But this is actually wrong, and it can cause real damage. When you eat, especially acidic foods, citrus fruits, coffee, fizzy drinks, even some healthy foods like tomatoes and yogurt, the acid temporarily softens your enamel. If you brush within the first 30 minutes after eating, you are brushing that softened enamel. You are essentially scraping away weakened tooth structure. What I recommend to my patients is this: wait at least 30 minutes after eating before you brush. In the meantime, if you are concerned about freshness, rinse with plain water. That is enough to neutralize most of the acid and wash away loose debris without causing damage. Now, I want to talk about your toothbrush, because this is something people overlook completely. First, bristle hardness. Please, if you are using a medium or hard bristle brush, stop. Throw it away. Replace it with a soft bristled brush. Soft bristles are flexible enough to bend slightly and reach around the curves of each tooth and just under the gum line. Hard bristles stay rigid and just scrape the surface. Every major dental organization in the world recommends soft bristles. There is no clinical benefit to hard bristles. None. They only cause damage. Second the age of your toothbrush. You should be replacing your toothbrush or the head of your electric brush every 3 months. When the bristles start to splay and fan out, the brush is no longer effective. It is not cleaning properly anymore. And if you have been sick, a cold, a flu, an infection, replace your toothbrush immediately after you recover. Bacteria can live on bristles and reintroduce illness back into your body. And on the topic of electric versus manual, I get this question constantly. The honest answer is that a manual toothbrush used with perfect technique is equally effective, but the key word is perfect. Most people do not use perfect technique. An electric toothbrush, particularly an oscillating rotating type, does a lot of the work for you. It controls the motion, reduces the likelihood of scrubbing too hard, and often comes with a pressure sensor that vibrates or saint. Ops if you press too hard. For most of my patients, I recommend electric, not because manual is inferior, but because it is harder to get wrong. I also need to address toothpaste because there is a lot of confusion here. The most important ingredient in toothpaste is fluoride. Fluoride strengthens enamel by remineralizing weakened areas and making teeth more resistant to acid. There is a lot of noise online right now about fluoride-free toothpaste, natural alternatives, charcoal toothpaste, and so on. I understand the appeal, but from a clinical standpoint, the evidence for fluoride is enormous, spanning decades of research and millions of patients. When you remove fluoride from toothpaste, you remove the primary protective mechanism. I will not tell you what to do, but I will tell you what the evidence says, and the evidence says use fluoride toothpaste. On the subject of charcoal toothpaste specifically, please be very careful. Charcoal is abrasive. Studies have found that charcoal toothpaste is more abrasive than standard toothpaste and can accelerate enamel wear. It may make teeth appear whiter in the short term by removing surface stains, but over time it can cause the enamel to thin, which actually makes teeth appear more yellow because the yellower dentin underneath starts to show through. It is one of the more damaging trends I have seen in recent years. Let us bring everything together because I want you to leave this video with something actionable, a clear, simple routine you can start tonight. Use a soft bristled toothbrush, preferably electric. Use a fluoride toothpaste. Brush twice a day, morning and night, for 2 full minutes each time. Divide your mouth into 4 sections, 30 seconds each. Use a gentle circular motion angled at 45 degrees to the gum line. Do not press hard enough to bend your bristles. Wait at least 30 minutes after eating before brushing. Replace your toothbrush every 3 months and never ever skip the nighttime brush. That is it. That is the routine. It sounds simple, and it is, but simple is not the same as easy because we are all creatures of habit. The habits you have been building since childhood feel normal, feel right, and changing them takes conscious effort. But I am asking you to make that effort because your mouth is the gateway to your overall health. Gum disease has been linked to heart disease, diabetes, respiratory conditions, and complications in pregnancy. This is not just about your smile, it is about your body. You came to this video today for a reason. Maybe something brought your attention here, and I am glad it did, because now you know you cannot unhear this. And I genuinely hope that the next time you pick up your toothbrush, you think about what we talked about. Take your time, be gentle, be consistent. Your teeth are meant to last a lifetime. With the right habits, they absolutely can.